So was that fun?
Yes.
Yes? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Did you learn something?
Yes.
Okay. It's a good thing to practice, right? Yeah. Practice over and over because, you know, when you learn new words and you need to learn the pronunciation and the stress, and then you put them in the dialogue, you have to learn the intonation. It's a good idea to practice over and over again. So in your book and on your CD, you have one dialogue, and you keep practicing the intonation patterns for that. And then you can put in your own numbers, right? You can pretend to be your own partner, make your own dialogues for practicing the numbers in the teens and the tens. Let's look at activity 22, saying number phrases and abbreviations. In presenting facts, students often need to quantify information or tell the amounts. You know, quantify means to tell the amounts, to identify the amounts, to quantify them. Abbreviations are short forms. For example, instead of writing mile, M-I-L-E, you can make it M-I, period. Or even for plural, right? For hours, instead of writing H-O-U-R-S, you can write H-R for hours. So you'll often read abbreviations on labels or notes that instructors write on the board. When you speak, you usually need to say the long form. So you might see M-I, but don't say my, say miles, right? You might say H-R, but you don't say say hour, right? So you use the abbreviation for the written form, but when you speak, you need to say the long form. And you need to be able to express numbers and measurements accurately. So let's look at the measurements and the examples that we have on this page. You can certainly see it in your own book, right? But let's see if we can just make sure we're in the right place. Okay, so the first abbreviation that we see is mg, and that stands for milligrams. And our example is 50 milligrams. Repeat.
50 milligrams.
50 milligrams.
50 milligrams.
Let's see, where's my... There we go. Okay. So the milligrams, do you know milli? You remember we talked about milli the other day?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, milligrams?
It's a little portion.
It's a little portion of a gram. It's smaller than a gram, right? Very much smaller. It's 1,000th. Do you remember that number we tried to pronounce the other day? Thousandth. Thousandth. 1,000th. So 1 milligram equals 1,000th of 1 gram. How many grams are in a kilogram? Remember we talked about the difference in milli and kilogram. How many grams are in a kilogram? 1,000. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram, and there are 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. So how many milligrams are there in a kilogram?
10,000.
No, more than 10,000.
100,000.
More than that. How many? 1 million. Yeah, 1 million milligrams. That's a lot. Okay, so usually we don't talk about milligrams in the millions. We usually talk about it in the maybe like 50 or 150. Because since milli is 1,000th part of a gram, we usually talk about a number smaller than 1,000. All right, the next one is G, and that's for grams. 5.5 grams. Repeat. 5.5 grams. 5.5 grams.
5.5 grams.
The next one is CAL dot, and that is calories. Calories.
Calories.
412 calories. 412 calories.
412 calories.
The next one is OZ. What does OZ stand for? Ounce. It stands for ounce. And it's really odd because OZ has a Z in it, but there's no Z in the word ounce. You spell the word ounce O-U-N-C-E, and the plural ounces, you add an S to it and add another syllable. 1 ounce, 1 syllable. 2 ounces, 4 ounces, many ounces, 2 syllables, ounces. And we abbreviate the singular or the plural with OZ. So let's say this one. This one is a fraction. This fraction is a half. A half. A half ounce. Or 1/2. 1/2. 1/2 ounce. Okay, so there are a couple of ways we can say it. We can say 1/2 ounce.
1/2 ounce.
A half ounce.
A half ounce.
We can also say half an ounce. Half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
Listen to how I link the sounds together. Half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
So 3 ways we can say half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
A half ounce. 1/2 ounce.
1/2 ounce.
The next one is TSP. This stands for teaspoon. 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 And we have another fraction. 1/4 is 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. All right, now the whole phrase, 1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
Another way, a 4th teaspoon.
A 4th teaspoon.
A 4th teaspoon.
A 4th teaspoon.
Another way, 1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
Let's say quarter. 1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
Kuwa. It's like K and W. When we have QU in English, it's pronounced like K and W together. Kuwa, quarter. And finally, we can also say a 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. A 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. A 1/4 teaspoon. And all of them have the same meaning. The next one, notice it's a T, and it's a capital T. It has to be a capital T, and this one stands for tablespoons.
Tablespoon.
Now, in English measurement, there are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon. There are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon. And this is a measure of volume. So you have to think about it. 3 little spoons in 1 big one. So this one is the capital T for tablespoon, and the little TSP for teaspoon. Tablespoon. Now here we have the number 2. So when we pronounce this, we have to add S to it because 2 is more than 1. And whenever you have more than 1, you have to make it plural. So even though you see only 1 capital T, you must pronounce 2 tablespoons, right? With the Z at the end. Let's try it. 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
So maybe you're making a cake and you have to measure some sugar, for example, in tablespoons. The next one is C, and C stands for cup. Cup. Now, a cup is a specific measure, English measure, of volume. And there are 4 cups in 1 quart and 16 cups in 1 gallon. So it's an interesting kind of measurement that's very different from the metric system. but we use it here in America because the English were so popular at one time, and we borrowed their language and some of their other things too, like the measurement system. Here we have the measurement 3/4, 3/4. We pronounce this one 3/4. 3/4.
3/4.
Let's practice a TH sound. Do you have your mirror? If you have your mirror, you can look at your lovely tongue, because this will help you. You know how your lovely tongue sometimes stays inside your beautiful mouth, but here we want it to come out between the teeth for that TH sound, right? Okay, so to make sure that it comes out at the right time, the right place, make sure that you've got your mirror so you can see your lovely lips and your lovely teeth, because that way you'll know if you're following along. So when you look at your tongue in between your upper and lower teeth, don't bite your teeth, because then no air can come out. Make sure that there is some space on top of your tongue so that the air can travel on top of your tongue to get out. So when you hear me say, can you hear the air? And it's coming out very smoothly. It's not going to go, right? Because if I do that, it's like a cork in a bottle. It's too tight. So I have to allow the air to travel over the top of the tongue. When you look at your mirror, make sure that there's a space for the air to come. I want to hear it. Your tongue is not out. Then you can't make this sound. You have to put your tongue out, Saskala. I don't see your tongue. Look in the mirror. Where is your tongue? Good. Look with your tongue. Okay. Now you don't need to put your tongue out this far. You don't need to lick your microphone. You don't need it that far. Just the tip of the tongue, thank you. So whenever we have numbers like a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, eighth, we have the TH sound, like 1,000th, right? Remember that number? Thousandth. 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 Fourth. 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 Three. Three. Now listen. Three. No. Three. Can you hear the difference?
Yes.
Okay, so three, and three, and three, and three. Sounds different, right?
Yes.
Because I'm doing a different thing with my tongue. Three. Fourths. 3/4 of a cup. You might need 3/4 of a cup of butter, for example, if you're going to bake a cake, right? 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup. Good. Okay, the next one is percent. Percent. What does percent mean? Percent means a part of 100. A part of 100. That's a percent. A percent. Where's the stress? Percent. Percent. Where's the stress? There are two syllables. Am I stressing the first syllable or the second syllable? Percent. Percent. Two. Right. Two. Stress the second syllable. It's two syllables. Please stress the second one. Percent. Percent. And here's that TH again. 39%. 39%. 39%. 39%. 39%. 39%. Okay, the next one has the symbol for less than. less than, less than, less than, less than 20%, less than 20%, less than 20%, less than 20%. And the next one has the greater than sign, and when we speak it, we'll just say more than 50 grams, more than 50 grams. Now, when you make the F sound, can you show me your teeth for two types F? Not 50, but 50. Don't cheat me on the second F, okay? Make sure you get two F's in there. 50. 50. 50. Now look at your mirror. 50. 50. 50. More than 50 grams. More than 50 grams. Okay, and the next one we see SVG/D, servings per day, or servings a day. So we have 6 and then we have a dash 11. So that's the abbreviation for saying 6 to 11 servings a day. 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 I hear some people saying 60, but that's not 60. That's too many. I hope you don't have 60 servings of anything per day. That would be too much. But 6 to 11. 6 to 11. All right, good. Now, when you say the word 11, can you show me your teeth and your lower lip? 11. 11. 11. 11. 6 to 11 servings a day.
6 to 11 servings a day.
All right, let's try the word servings. Servings. Can you see the shape of my mouth? Not sir, sir, this shape here, sir. Okay, look at your lips in your mirror. Sir, servings. Servings. 6 to 11 servings a day.
6 to 11 servings a day.
Or we can say servings per day. Servings per day. It has the same meaning, right? Per day. Per day. Servings per day. 6 to 11 servings per day.
6 to 11 servings a day.
All right, let's look at the next one. Capital F, period. This one stands for Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. So when we talk about the weather, and we're in the U.S., we use degrees Fahrenheit. So the little circle above is degrees. Degrees. Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Do you know the significance of this number? What's the significance of the number 32 degrees Fahrenheit? What happens at that time?
Cold.
How cold is that? How cold is very cold? Okay, so see this bottle of water? All right, so if I put this in 32 degrees Fahrenheit, what will happen? It turns to ice. So that's the temperature at which water turns to ice. Turns from liquid to ice. All right. Now let's look at C. Capital C stands for Celsius. 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 Most of the world uses Celsius. Or centigrade, also known as centigrade. Celsius. So do you see 100 degrees Celsius? 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, how hot is that? How hot is that? Very hot.
Very hot.
Do you have a fever? It's hotter than that, right? Okay, at what temperature do you get a fever?
After 97.
Okay, if you're talking about Fahrenheit, if you're talking Fahrenheit, if you have 100 degrees, that would be a fever. If you have more, the average normal for Fahrenheit is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a normal human body temperature. But you know, one or plus or minus 1 is not a big deal. But if you have a temperature of 100 or 102, 104, 106, woo! But hopefully that's just Fahrenheit and not Celsius, okay? What are you thinking?
Masha, what means degrees?
Degrees, degrees. What does degrees mean? Say it again.
Degrees is...
No. Don't say what degrees mean. Say
Okay.
what does
What does
degrees mean?
degrees mean?
So degrees is the unit of measure for how hot something is. So for example, today's temperature is approximately what? 80, 84, 88 degrees Fahrenheit.
Degrees.
And a few days ago, it was 90-something degrees Fahrenheit. And so it's kind of like a late summer for us. It wasn't hot in the summer, it's hot now.
It's hot.
That's degrees.
Degrees. When you sign something, say degrees is the same meaning?
Okay, so we have degrees has more than one meaning. Many words have more than one function. So another word for degrees, for example, if I say, I graduated from Stanford University. I have 2 degrees from Stanford University. I have my Bachelor of Arts degree, and I have my Master of Arts degree. Am I talking about the same thing? No, I hope not. I hope I don't have a temperature. But it's the same word. It has the same pronunciation, same spelling. It's just a different meaning.
No.
So that's what you were thinking about, right? Yeah, so sometimes when you study and you get your units in your major, and you fulfill all the requirements of your major, then you will graduate. And you graduate, you get a degree. And you can go on and get another degree, and you'll have many degrees. But I hope not 100 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius. That would be too hot. Okay, any questions?